in this recruiting process, whether that's happening now, whether that happens in a year, whether it happens 3 years from now, you're going to see a ton of used car salesmen. People that come out, man, they say the right things, they say the flashy thing, they say the cool thing to make you think they're cool. How many guys do you think were in the transfer portal this year? Somebody give me a guess.
3,000?
More.
7,000.
5,000 people. 5,000 kids were in a spot where they're like, I want something different. There's 5,000 people said, like, I don't like where I'm at. A big piece of that is because on y'all's end, you buy into the cool factor. You buy into that. On our end, we get to selling cool, and we sell this and make you like us and make you do this. Man, our goal as a staff is to put 40 dudes collectively in a locker room that eat, sleep, drink, act, talk, train the exact same way and care about the same thing. That's what we look to do in this. So there's some guys that this isn't the right fit for, and that's okay. There's elite players that will play in the big leagues that it might not be the right fit to play here. Your goal as a young player should be find what is that fit for me. Not what's the coolest, not what's the fanciest, not what's the shiniest, but what is that for me? And then, man, you will have the time of your life doing that if you're in the right fit, no matter what level that is, what conference, what place that is. The goal for each one of you guys should not simply be to play in the SEC, should not be to be a big league. That's okay if that's a vision you have that you want. Your goal should be to wring every ounce of athleticism and baseball player out of you that you can. Because at the end of the day, when your career is done, whenever that is, you can put your head on the pillow at night and be like, man, I gave it what I had. I gave it every ounce of that, and you can be damn proud of that. I know you guys are here. You're going to hopefully, some of you might go to the football game tomorrow. It's going to be electric. That'll be an awesome atmosphere. That's great. I tell people all the time, I don't want you to come to Alabama because games in Bryant-Denny are fun. It's not why I want guys here. I want guys here because they believe what we believe. So we don't sell stuff. We don't believe in that in recruiting. We're not going to sell Alabama baseball. We're going to talk about what we're passionate about. We're going to talk about what we care about. In first, I've talked about this a lot, man, the law of attraction. Like-minded people are drawn to like-minded people. So I spent 11 years before this up at the University of Maryland. That's where I met Coach Ferber. Him and I have known each other for a long, long time. I know you guys might know of Ferbs because you see Instagram, you see some of this stuff. But this is the big thing, man. This is what I'll tell you, and this is why I think him and I have hit it off over the years. Like, I believe authenticity matters. I believe in being real matters. Like, we see all the stuff on the outside, right? We're in this world with social media where you see the bright, the shiny, the fancy, the pretty. You see all the best version of everybody, right? Like, and you see the stuff he does. It's some cool stuff. It's some great stuff. But, man, the heart behind it is what makes him and I really close with this stuff because it's real. Like, his care for you guys, and you guys know because you guys are with him a lot, like, it's the realest dude there is. And that's the stuff we talk about all the time. Like, we built something at Maryland over quite a while with the help of a lot of people, and it's in awesome hands right now with Coach Swope up there at Maryland. But we were able to build something there in a place that didn't have a ton of tradition, but we were able to do it with people, right? We were able to do it with talented guys, but guys that did things right, guys that were authentic, guys that are real, okay? That's one thing we talk about. The recruiting process, and some of you guys, I know this, you guys have some younger guys. There's some guys younger, some guys older. I understand recruiting looks a lot different than it looked 5 years ago. You guys are probably seeing that a little bit, right? Like, it looks a lot different. We used to be able to talk to guys when they were freshmen in high school. I used to commit kids when they were freshmen in high school, and it's just not happening anymore because there's an NCAA rule in place where we can't talk to you guys in that situation as a recruit until you're right before your junior year of high school. So I know with the evolution of the transfer portal, that has probably limited college coaches coming out to a lot of stuff, right? Like, it has. That's just the reality. But, man, understand why you play this. Understand why you play this game. And when you go out and work every day, whether you're playing in front of 20 college coaches, none, whether you're playing in front of a stadium full of people like we've packed this out before, or whether it's a game where you're playing in front of 10, doesn't matter, right? Like, you're showing up to play against the best version of who you can be individually. And we love recruiting guys that love to play. The best player I probably ever coached is a guy named Matt Shaw. Anybody ever heard of Matty?
Yeah,
maybe a couple of you guys. So maybe a couple. Like, he was our shortstop at Maryland. Matt Shaw was one of the last players that we recruited in the 2020 class. One of the last guys I recruited. And you looked at it, and, man, we were watching. I was like, man, this guy can hit. I don't know where he can play positionally. By his junior year, he was the Brooks Wallace Award winner, which was the best shortstop in college baseball. He He was a first-round draft pick by the Cubs. He's in AAA right now, knocking on the door of the big leagues, all within a calendar year. He did that because he loved the work that went into this. There's no magic dust. I just spent 30 minutes in there with our team. This idea of it takes what it takes. There's this author named Trevor Moawad. He wrote this book, and it's called It Takes What It Takes. The whole idea of this is we're in a world where everybody wants the magic pill, right? Everybody wants that drill. Like, if I do this drill, I can really hit, man. If I do this drill, I'm going to be 90 plus. If I get this, if I take this supplement, I'm going to get a lot stronger. That's the world we're in, is we want the quick fix. The quick fix doesn't last, boys. It doesn't. The whole idea of this book, and It Takes What It Takes, man, is if you're going to be elite at what you do, man, you don't have a ton of choices here. You just show up and you work every day. You show up and you eat right. You show up and you sleep right. You show up and you train right. And when you do things, some of you younger guys, maybe it doesn't happen like that. Maybe it takes time, but you keep stacking days and keep stacking days, and you look up and all of a sudden, I promise you will get everything that you want, and you'll wring everything out of your career that you can wring out of your career, because that's the goal. So we are really glad you guys are here. I know there's some really good players sitting here, both some a little bit older, some a little bit younger, but really good players sitting in this group. We appreciate you guys being here. I know it's not easy getting here. You guys could be a lot of different places doing a lot of different things, but we're fired up that you guys are here this weekend. Obviously, got a little workout tonight. We'll be around all weekend with you guys. We're very interactive as a group. We are not going to be the coaches that kick back with our feet up and hang out. We're going to be out in the field with you guys. We're going to be talking to you guys, be in the dugout with you guys, coaching you guys. Because at the end of this, like, that's a piece of this, is hopefully there's something you leave here with that you're like, man, I look at that a little different way, or I take that a little different way. We're going to tell you who we are, what we're passionate about by the things we're talking about with you guys throughout this weekend. So I appreciate you guys being here. Have fun. We're going to crank the music up and have a blast today. All right?
Guys, clap it up for Coach Vaughn.
Appreciate you, boys.